How it was yesterday? It should be a nice pile.
Yeah, I wish I could do this for a living.
Like I said, love-hate relationship. I love what I do, but it can be inconsistent at times, especially with, storm, whatever's going on.
So what, do you find part-time work or anything like that while you're...
Yeah, so right now I still work with my dad. My dad's an optometrist, so I do a little bit of office stuff for him or whatever. Ever since COVID, I don't have to be in person to do anything. So,
No, but
we'll just do a little bit here and there things for him. I'll run stuff at the post office, whatnot, do some recall cards. That's good.
I can't really see anybody, but
Yeah, we rent my parents' house, but it's all in the end stages of its renovations now from the storm, so I should be back in there sometime soon.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm currently kind of staying with mine, so I feel you.
Yeah, I'm sort of staying at her uncle's now until everything's all done.
Well, I about a year or so, a couple years ago, my car broke down on me. It was down for like 6 months. And then after I got it fixed, I had it for about another year, and then it got totaled out.
Okay.
And I hit a dog at 70 miles an hour going on the freaking highway, unfortunately. And that totaled the car out. But at the same time, and then insurance only wanted to pay $3,400 instead of fixing it, of course. So
Right.
Which now I have one. My parents gave me their Honda Element that they had, but it's 20 years old and I'm having to fix it, which that's no problem. I don't mind doing that. It's still a blessing, but yeah, I'm just kind of starting over again, unfortunately, and trying to get out of their place as quick as possible.
Yeah, I definitely feel you a little bit. I just I blew a tire going 60 the other day, and it just threw my ass into my truck sideways, and I ended up going into a guardrail when I did it. So I had to replace my doors and my fender. Luckily, frame or axle shafts or anything like that. So
well, thank God.
No one was hurt. No legal consequences. No, nothing major to the truck, but I had to replace the doors and the fender and everything. And it's been a big headache, especially like I said, right now since the storms, it's been a little slower. So it's just poor timing for all that to be going on.
Gotcha.
So with this spot, these will primarily be red fish. There might be some snook here, but probably no trout. This will mainly be reds. And name of the game is we'll cast. Basically, you want to be about, I don't know how well you can see in the water up there. Those rocks, from what you can see out of the water, they come about maybe 10, 15 feet forward of it. So what I try to do is get close to them and not in them. That way, get hung up and you get the bite in a better spot. So typically what I'm aiming to do is I try to get maybe about right around there. And like I said, when you get a bite, you'll want to try to get them away from the rocks. But once you got them nice and good out of the rocks, you're good for the most part. Yeah, like I said, if they were doing the same thing as yesterday, they were kind of doing circles around everything. The tide was a little bit higher yesterday. Surprisingly, it's supposed to be a better tide today.
Would they run more of a high tide?
Well, it's just more or less where they're going to be nice and shallow and where they want to be kind of thing. But where can you actively pursue and, efficiently fish them with a mixture of where they want to be and the tides and rocks? Everything they like to sit on and be around does not agree with boats. Oh yeah. Those rocks are no joke. They'll tear everything up.
How much does a boat like this cost?
So these new are unreasonably insane. I didn't even think I was going to be able to get one used. I absolutely lucked out, and I had a Mark IV 95 Supra, and it just, as the way the market went, it quadrupled its price and value, and I was like, this is a money pit or it's going to kill me being 19 years old with a a car that's putting 900 on the wheels on the dyno. It was like, it's just,
Yes.
so I ended up selling it, and I went up to Sperry, Oklahoma. I drove up there to get this because it was like 15,000 less than everything else I could find for the same ones. I purchased this one for 75, but everywhere else, like the 26 footer that runs out of here, he was telling me he paid like 120 for his.
Getting on, dude.
This is a big bait though. It takes the little ones and mess with them for a while. He definitely just got chased. I don't think he got him. Or to say the least, he saw something he didn't like. They don't know the difference between a mullet and something wants to eat them.
Yeah, that is true. This one's all relaxing. That's a little bit.
Right, and it like every day is different. I could try different rock piles, but this has been the most consistent one. Like I said, what they were doing yesterday. So. He's still alright. He made me think he came so far off that rock. I was like, well, nothing's gonna see him again, too.
Damn, he is decent size.
Yeah, I was like, there's nothing little is gonna get him.
Good.
Something little gets him because they sat there eating it for a while.
Yeah.
But he was getting drenched up.
Nope, nobody in there yet.
Might put a smaller one on and see if there's something over there that wants to eat them. Just can't catch them. As the big ones are a lot quicker too. Harder to grab. What I might do too is, if this doesn't pan out in a couple minutes, I might move it like maybe 50 feet that way so we can cast on both sides of that rock pile. Yeah, this greenie, he is like not enjoying whatever he's seeing by those rocks. He keeps coming way back over. See if I put on a smaller, weaker one.
Probably gonna cross.
Yeah, I kind of realized after I started reeling in. Maybe not. Awesome. Go a little bit more left.
Hopefully the big fish will get both of them.
The worst is sometimes you get like a wide open bite and you'll get two fish that you're fighting and they'll cross the lines. 99% of the time, one of the lines will just break and you'll just be left with one fish. Something will give, and it's usually not the fish getting wrapped up. And
Both of them, and you actually be able to get both.
That happens, but it's really rare where you get two fish that come in, corkscrewing sideways.
What, I ate something from there. I thought about grabbing some snacks, but at the same time, then I was like, I might get seasick just in case.
Yeah, I got some granola bars and stuff, but I mean, seasick, you got to worry about that stuff going further out. Usually, not really in here. even did that. He tied a knot. A talented greenback.
Oh, get him, Mother. Get him. I never got a redfish before.
I caught Spanish Mac.
You never caught redfish?
See if we can't get to that.
You ever caught trout or snook before?
I caught trout. I don't know if I've caught snook. But I've caught back up Spanish Mac. I used to catch them out right up there off of Highway 98 going down towards Panama.
Okay.
There's a old bridge down that way, and all whatever that nobody uses. It got cut off because they built another one just right beside it, pretty much, in that old bridge. My boss would take me to every now and then when I go down there with him. We'd be on his property. We'd go out there and we'd go fishing. I'd take me a little open grill, a little small pop-up grill.
Mm-hmm. Cook them out there.
Oh yes, fillet them some bitches right there on the spot. They got a little garlic, a little bit of lemon, a little bit of like salt, some thyme.
Mm-hmm. I like smoking them. I think smoked
Butter.
mackerel is real good.
Oh, well, I've had smoked mullet before.
Smoked mullet is awesome.
Really, yeah.
Super good. The
It
dip
is.
or just smoke itself.
I like the fact that there's the bones too. You can just pull them right out. They're so big. Like
Right, yeah.
And-
I used to always, like, my grandpa would love smoking them. And I would just take the fork and kind of scrape it. You know what I mean? Like that. But we would make, like, fish dips and stuff with it, too. And my goodness, they're so good. The fat and the oil in them just, it does wonders on smoke. Try about giving it a cast, kind of like, yeah, just a little bit to the right, yeah. Maybe they're just sitting over there. So if they're here, they should either find them or pick up soon. You usually know pretty quick with them. But every now and then, sometimes you get days with redfish too, where they get a little lockjaw, and they'll have you have a school of 20, you might get 3 to eat over the course of an hour.
yeah, I mean it all just depends.
I remember one time, not on this rock pile, on one of those ones up there you can see. I took my buddies out here and we were just I was doing the same kind of thing I did yesterday, where I had a trip in the next day or two and I was just doing some scouting and just fishing while I was doing. And we had tried every rock pile out here and caught, like, I think we caught one redfish. So we spent a couple hours out here. And I was like, am I doing something wrong? Is there nothing out here? And I was like, I just got a drone. I was like, I brought the drone out here to mess around. You want to just see if there's any fish, like on the rocks, try to see if we can see in the water. And I flew it up, and there was schools of redfish on every single rock. And I had tried shrimp and whitebait and pinfish. I tried everything while I was sitting. I was like, I don't know if it's the pressure or if they got something going on that's making them not want to eat. But I tried like everything. I couldn't believe it. There was just like every rock pile was just loaded with redfish. Because they only get like that on these rock piles this time of year when they're migrating, and they'll come up and sit on the rock piles that are out in the front of like the mouths of creeks and open faces and stuff like that. The rest of the year they're kind of 4 or 5 here, 4 or 5 here. This time of year you can find piles of them sitting in one spot. But I couldn't. I think about that day a lot where I was like, I don't know what I could. I don't think I could have done anything that I didn't try.
Sometimes you can't. It's like there's a lot of times, man, up there. That's why I quit bass fishing, because bass fishing is just one of the worst freaking things. Because
They get finicky.
yeah, they, especially when they're bedding and other stuff, and early spring and all that. It's like, bro, that's the best time for everything to eat, but y'all are over here not wanting to do anything. Like mine's dead now. No, it's not.
Is it good? Yeah, let me just get you a fresh one. Playing with him. See if I can't change his mind. Give him a pinfish. Give him a different snack and see if he wants that. Because the way that big greenie reacted when I put him over there, every single time he started off the rock pile and came out like immediately, it makes me feel like there's something on these rocks.
Yeah, there was something. I even seen him chasing something a moment ago.
There's a stingray right there. Barely see him in the water.
Yeah, because I can't see him at all.
He's about to go over that little patch of sand.
Oh, I see him now.
Pinfish can be a pain. The reason I say is that they're notorious for being like, they see something that can save them, a rock or whatever, getting you all tangled up in it. The greenies kind of, they're like, oh no, don't eat me. The pinfish do something about it. They try to hide. But you know, sometimes that's what they want. Sometimes it makes them, he's running from you. Be like a cat chasing a laser. Gets them all fired up.
Like, what's the normal time most people schedule charters with you?
Typically it's morning trips, whether it's a 4 to 6, usually starting at 8, but sometimes I try to work with them too. Sometimes they'll be like, I know this is what you have your heart set on, do whatever works for you, but sometimes it'll be calmer in the evening or it'll be a better tide or something. I usually try to work on, if I don't have more than one in a day, which is real rare, if I've got just that trip for the day, I'll try to usually work for them what I think would be better for the day, but everyone's got schedules, they pick what they want.
Yeah. Anybody else up for me?
No, nothing today. Nothing today. My next trip will be sometime late next week. So I've got a nice little opening where I don't have much going on. I think it will be, I'm leaving on Thursday. So I want to say it was Wednesday because I still accepted it. Yeah. Gotta double check on that. But it's kind of nice right now because it gives me time to help go over to my parents' place and help them with the renovations, put up walls and everything. And we had just got a puppy like a couple of weeks before the storm set, so it was just horrible timing, but it'll be nice. She's over at my girlfriend's parents' place. I dropped her off this morning over there. I got a German Shorthair pointer, so she's just a nut job of a dog.
Yes, they have to have a lot of space.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. I don't have a lot of space, but I make it work. I take her to
Parks and stuff.
right. What I really try to do is I take her to this place called Starkey up 52, and it's got 16 miles of trails. And
that's perfect for her.
Oh, and if there's not a lot of people, I just let her off leash and we'll walk the trails, and she just goes nuts. So I try to take her there every day if I can. You know, the exception of every now and then if I can, but every day I can, I'll take her out there, and we'll do 3-4 miles, spend an hour or two out there, and she'll go nuts. Comes back, acts like a normal dog. You know your GSP's tired when they just act like a normal dog.
Yes, definitely. Because they're not running around and doing all their crackhead nonsense.
Yeah, she doesn't get destructive or anything, but she gets no personal space annoying. Like, let's do something.
Nobody on. I'm not gonna stay on live.